From examination industry to examination integrity, who protects the honest aspirant? The great question. Respected citizens, educators, policymakers, parents, and dear students, young minds. India is proud to be one of the youngest nation in the world. But India's largest youth industry, not education but examinations. My dear, today I invite you to reflect upon a question that may appear simple but carries profound implication for the future of our nation. What is India's largest youth industry? Many would instinctively answer education, but I propose a different answer. It may well be examinations. UPSC, SSC, NEET, JEE, RRB, and sometimes defense service examinations also. So these five or six examinations, millions of aspirants, countless dreams, and an economic ecosystem so vast that we have scarcely begun to measure its true size. My dear, pause for a moment and think beyond examination halls and result sheets. Think of the coaching institutes, think of the hostels, think of the rented rooms in Kota, Delhi, Prayagraj, Hyderabad, Pune, Guwahati. Think of the rented rooms, think of the books, test series, online subscriptions, transportation costs, counseling fees, digital platforms, and years of preparation. Think of the parents who silently sell assets, exhaust saving, savings, postpone retirement, and work beyond their capacities to finance the aspirants of their children. Now, ask a starting question. How much does India spend every year preparing for examinations? I am not saying about government expenditures, the family expenditure, the expenditure of ordinary households. If the cumulative spending of families preparing for just or five or six major examinations, civil services, JEE, NEET, SSC, and RRB, and sometimes I said defense service examinations, were comprehensively estimated. Many analysts believe the figure could rival or even exceed multiple years allocation of major public educational programs. If this is true, then India may have created something unprecedented in human history. A nation where the preparation for examinations has become one of the largest informal industry serving its youth. The tragedy is not that examination exists. Every society needs fair mechanism for selection. The tragedy is that education itself is increasingly being recognized around examinations. School prepares students for coaching, coaching prepares students for tests, tests prepare students for rankings, and rankings determine opportunities. Somewhere in this long chain, education risks losing its original purpose. Knowledge is replaced by a strategy, curiosity is replaced by competition, understanding is replaced by memorization. Whatever is the most dominant problem of today's aspirants and students. Learning is replaced by preparation, and education becomes an endless waiting room for the next examinations. The consequences are visible everywhere. A generation burdened by anxiety, families carrying immense financial pressure, students measuring self worth through ranks, young minds postponing life while waiting for selection. My dear, educational inequality widening because success increasingly depends upon access to resources. An entire economy flourishing around aspirations while millions remain uncertain about outcomes. Even more worrying is the opportunity cost. Imagine if even a fraction of this expenditure were invested in strengthening school laboratories, libraries, research, culture, innovation centers, teachers training, skill development, entrepreneurship, sports, arts, and community leadership. Imagine if our youth spend as much time creating as they spend only preparing. Imagine if we rewarded originality as much as we reward examination performances. The root of this phenomenon are not difficult to identify. We have a young population competing for limited opportunities. Government jobs continue to provide stability and prestige. The formal education system often fails to inspire confidence among students and parents. Economic uncertainty drives families towards examinations that appear to offer security. And society itself celebrates selection more than learning. But, my dear, every challenge contains within it the possibility of reform. We must strengthen foundational education so that schools and colleges become centers of genuine excellence. We must move from learning to conceptual understanding. We must create multiple pathways to success beyond a handful of examinations. We must promote entrepreneurship, innovation, vocational excellence, research, and lifelong learning. We must integrate moral education, character formation, and critical thinking into mainstream education. Parents must remember that success is larger than selection. Teachers must remember that their mission is larger than coaching. Students must remember that an examination can assess knowledge, but it cannot fully measure intelligence, character, creativity, resilience, compassion, or human potential. And policymakers must ask a difficult but necessary question. If families are investing unprecedented amounts in examination preparation, why are they not equally confident in the educational system itself? Ladies and gentlemen, a great civilization cannot be built merely by producing successful candidates. It must produce thinkers, scientists, teachers, innovators, entrepreneurs, artists, administrators, and above all, responsible human beings. Examinations are essential, merit matters, competition has its place, but education must remain greater than examinations. For the purpose of education is not merely to help a young person clear a test. Its purpose is to help a young person discover truth, develop wisdom, build character, create value, and serve society. Therefore, as India aspires to become a global leader in 21st century, let us ask ourselves one final question. Are we investing our youth in learning, or are we investing our learning in examinations? The answer may shape not only the future of our students but the future of India itself.